I've been informed that I will receive a pack of pads. I didn't realise it would be needed at that precise point. As the nurse takes the catheter out, I can't control my bladder. It's not a full-on fountain, but I'm anxious as to where to aim it. Only then does he ask if I've got the pads. I stand perplexed, peeing and shaking my head. But they're used to it, and he doesn't seem unduly concerned. As I go to the waiting room, another nurse gives me the duly needed pads and a cup of water. She says I'm to drink about 4 and then try and go for a pee. Apparently peeing on the floor as the catheter is removed is not the same thing. I take the cup and down it in one. The refill goes the same way, and I sit to drink the third. At this point the corridor has become quite busy, and a man's walking stick knocks my arm, sending the third cup's contents over my lap. I pour more and then go to sit with my uncle in the waiting room. "All done?" he asks. I tell him I need to drink this and see if I can go and pee. It's not long before I manage to go into the cubicle and sigh with literal relief. Pleased with myself, I try to track down someone to share my accomplishment with. It's a busy old place, and I just want to get home and out of my soaked trousers. Eventually, an authoritative figure gives me the all clear, and myself and my uncle walk towards the car park. He momentarily forgets my condition and picks up a brisk pace. As he remembers, he looks back and says, Oh, I see." It seems an odd as a statement, and then I realise he thinks the soaking mark around my crotch is me having peed myself. When I explain about the man with the walking stick, he relaxes and says he was wondering if he had an old sheet in the car, or how he was going to have to get the car seats cleaned tomorrow. Both of us have a brief chuckle, and then head home to a salad and couscous filled with pomegranate seeds and the like. Again, we enter an odd phase. It's not the same as the initial waiting, as now some action has been taken against Carmen. I know this isn't the end of the treatment, but certainly a major assault. So now it's pretend normality, as much as you can. I've got to mention that when I first came out of hospital, I went to the Taekwondo school. We were being visited by Sadiq Khan before he became Mayor of London. My friend was running the club in my absence that night, but I went in with my white uniform, dragging my right leg with a catheter bag attached to my thigh. My normality depended on getting back to training, even if only to instruct from a chair. Days were slow, but my cat was loving the company, following me about and annoyed that the blue tube had disappeared. There was the treading on eggshells from all around. It was like Basil Fawlty, don't mention the war. We would put a film on, and halfway through, someone would mention Carmen. I could feel everyone's shoulders raise, and eyes trying to look in my direction without turning their heads. My family had begun to mutate into owls. All I had to do now was to wait and see if the operation had been a success.